Okay, so in directing, one of the first things I wanted you to realize is there isn't really one technique to actually direct. You've been doing your research, you've been looking at some of the better directors, some of the bigger names. Each one, even they themselves, won't always use the same techniques and the same methods. Each movie, each scene, each particular emotion, and depending on the characters and the actors themselves and how they can relate. So what I need you to realize is you need to familiarize yourself with as many different techniques as you can, with as many different ways of dealing with how the actor relates to the other, how the actor relates to his own emotions and to his own feelings. What I'm looking to see is, for instance, if you're going to deal with a scene that requires a lot of repetition. So, say you're dealing with a scene you want to show where a guy works and he has the same boring job and he does it every day. It's everyday work life. And you want to show that in a movie. That kind of scene might require a lot of repetition off camera and on camera so that the person becomes a force of habit. How they move, how they behave. It shows on camera. If you are doing something for the first time or the 10th time or doing it for the 1000th time, the way your body responds, the way you move will show this. So this is one of the biggest differences I wanted you to realize as directing for camera and TV. The emotions, the details show. So this is where you'll see a big difference if you've been looking at Lebanese TV or even a little bit Gulf as well, but mostly Lebanese television. Let's focus on that. And then you want to compare that to outside television, outside acting. Our acting is not acting as much as it is kind of like giving a speech or making a statement. Our acting looks like bad music video clips because the directors are usually bad in the sense that not only do they not know how to give direction for camera, that is, not only do they not know how to block for camera, but they also don't seem to realize how bad it looks when they watch the playback. So what I need you to start doing is realizing all the different techniques that all the different directors use and how you can use them. First things you need to realize is you need to build a personal relationship between you and your actors. A lot of directors get obsessed with the lighting and the shots and the frames and everything. Yes, a director is responsible for absolutely everything in the film. At the end of the day, you're sort of God on earth for this project. You're the director. But the director's real job, and the only really important job, is directing the actors. Focusing on the actor's performance, focusing on your relationship with the actors and how they interact with each other. So different tools we can use. You can use things like regression to memory. So if you're dealing with an emotional scene where they have to deal with the death of a loved one or a breakup or something really emotionally traumatic, telling the actor how to move, how to say the line won't do it. This is an internal state of mind. So you need to connect, you need to talk to the actor beforehand. So Kubrick had the habit, and one of you did the research on it, he has the habit of connecting with his actors on a personal level beforehand and talking to them and getting to know their private lives and then connecting them with the scenes so that the actor knows how to feel. Usually, for directing, physical blocking, so where you stand, how you move your hand, if you tilt your head or not, these kind of behaviors, we generally do not as directors sit and tell the actor, do this, do that, do this, do that. Because if you tell the actor always when to raise their hand, where to go, what to do, where to look, if you're constantly telling them that, their performance is going to become robotic. Because they're going to focus on external behavior, where my hand goes, where my face looks, where my body stands. But their emotions, their brain is actually thinking about that, so their expressions on their face will always look robotic. They will always seem insincere, not genuine. The average audience member will just not connect with your acting. So you need to talk to the actor about how they feel. Leave them a bit of room. Leave them a bit of room for creativity, especially now that we have digital cameras. we can afford a lot more time of actually shooting and getting footage and then seeing what we want to use. So I need you to focus on their internal state of mind, how they feel, not just how they present. You also need to be, if you're a good director and the scene is emotional, you need to also talk to your actors and get them out of that emotional trauma and back into a happy state of mind. So plan. If you have a difficult scene, then you need time afterwards to bring them back to a neutral state or a happy state so that they don't leave acting depressed every single time. We can connect with past emotions, we can connect with past events, we can tell them to replace memories with other memories. These are all part of our directing tools. How we speak to our actors, how we sit with them, how we relate with them, whether in private, one-on-one, or in public, or in a group, or in front of the cast and crew. If you are in front of the cast and crew, it's a very different relationship. And I'll make another video that tells you how to deal with everybody at the same time. But right now, I want you to focus on directing emotions, connecting the memory with what is actually happening on screen. Okay? Looking forward.